Hi everybody, it's Julie with You to Be Healthy with our Tuesday Tips at 10 that we do every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you guys are watching this later on replay, please type in the quote or comments, hashtag replay, so I know who came along later, okay? If you guys jump in on the middle, say hi, ask a question, interact with me live. I'll always be happy to take questions live if you want. Anyway, I'm coming to you to talk to you about a fun little subject called PMS. It's Women's Health Month, right? And we're going to talk about the big elephant in the room. Guys joke about it. Women complain about it. But a lot really isn't understood or known. What happens in every single woman is different. And that's what's weird about it. There are some similarities in such, but what's really bad about PMS, not to mention, being the butt of a lot of jokes from the guys, but in all defense of the men, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. In defense of the men, if we had to put up with us, we'd be hiding out in the garage and making jokes with our buddies too. Because let's face it, these guys, they take a lot from us during this time. They put up with a lot because let's face it, we know we're moody. We know we get angry at the drop of a hat. We can hear those words leave our mouths and we can't even believe it ourselves. We know that we're anxious and upset and angry and cry at the drop of a hat, and we know it's not us. We know it inside. So these poor guys out here, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to defend them. These poor guys out here, they're doing their best to get through the storm and such. So let's cut them a little bit of slack when they might make a joke here or two or go hide somewhere. That's probably the nicest thing they can do for us. They try their best and they can't win sometimes, all right? But back to us women who have to deal with it internally, it just sucks because we have it for so many years. I mean, it's just like the majority of our life we're dealing with this, right? So let's talk about some symptoms. It comes, the emotional side is probably the hardest for a lot of women. It's the tension, the anxiety, the depression, the irritability, the mood swings that look like a heartbeat, up, down, up, down, up, down. The appetite. Oh my gosh, you eat like you're never going to eat again. And you're not craving healthy food, you're craving the good tasting but bad for you food, right? And the insomnia. I mean, the insomnia is crazy as well. Those seem to be the hardest ones to deal with. Physical, joint and muscle pain, headache, fatigue, well, of course, the weight gain that comes along with eating all the comfort food, and the bloating and retaining water. That is just huge problems that we end up dealing with. And a lot of women will turn to like the NSAIDs. What we call the NSAIDs is like, ibuprofen or some other over-the-counter medicine that's supposed to help with all the symptoms. And they do for some. They might help a little bit, but really and truly, there's not a lot of medication that is really good for that. And a lot of women experience a lot of pain. Hi, Anita. Thanks for jumping in. But a lot of women experience a lot of pain and such with this PMS. And if you're getting to be my age and now you're going through perimenopause, you get to have both. You get the menopausal symptoms and the PMS. It's like a perfect storm. No wonder my husband goes out in the garage. But if you are dealing with these things and you go to reach for the drugs, they're a Band-Aid, and most of the time they do not help. There are some natural things you can do. And there is one particular nutrient that you normally don't get in a normal diet that has shown to be extremely helpful for those who are dealing with a lot of the emotional and physical problems that come along with being a gal, right? That little nutrient is called gamma-linolenic acid. Sounds really mean and vicious and kind of like us during PMS. Actually, gamma-linolenic acid, or GLA for short, is a very good little buddy you want to have. And the reason being is it helps balance the hormones. Studies show that GLA helps balance the hormones by regulating the production of prostaglandins. And their prostaglandins are what are kind of like hormone-like chemicals, messengers. And they're involved in a lot of the body's processes and have a lot to do with the inflammatory processes like swelling, stiffness, and pain. It also helps with the chemical messages about our moods. So what GLA does is kind of like, okay, it comes to the party and it brings the wine, it brings the chocolate, it brings the good feeling, the best friend that helps calm you down and say, you got this, girl. That's what GLA is. GLA is like your best little friend that comes to the party, bringing the wine and the chocolate and the best jokes. Okay? It helps with the moodiness so much. It just instead of this up, down, up, down, up, down, it just seems to like, okay, I'm more myself again. It also helps with weight loss. And the reason it helps with weight loss is, and again, a study was published, I believe, in the Journal of Nutrition some time ago, that when you supplement with GLA, it reduces the amount of weight gain following, like if you're really getting good at losing the weight, but it seems like that once a month you slide backwards because you're eating the comfort food. It seems that GLA seems to help reduce those cravings. So, and therefore it helps with the weight loss and keeping the weight off. Again, it's your best friend. She brought the wine, she brought the chocolate, but none of them add the calories. So that's even better. It's also thought, again, to help improve our hormone levels that work on keeping our hunger in check. So again, our hunger, our drive to always be hungry seems to be tied in with our hormones. And if our hormones are getting out of whack, then we're just going to be shoveling the food in because we feel like we're always hungry. And of course, then when we're moody and we're off balance, off kilter, a lot of us turn to food. Me too. Okay, so you're not alone. Also, GLA is really helpful for skin. A lot of women experience a lot of skin dryness or breakouts or like redness. If you get to be my age, you get drink a little wine and now your face turns purple and you're like, what the heck? Why am I looking like Barney here? It's your hormones. It's your hormones that do that. And GLA, again, it's the friend that shows up to the party and brings everything that's great and helps calm you down and helps your hormones go, okay, everybody calm down. Nothing to see here. Let's just move on. All right. So GLA is huge in helping this. I highly recommend it. We have a great wellness article in our wellness center about PMS and GLA and how it works. It's written by a doctor. Like all our articles are written either by doctors or nutritionists or other health experts, so it's information you can trust. I highly recommend you get into the wellness center. I'll put the link below so you can check it out. Ask for your free VIP access. It's all free. But you can read information that you can trust. So good article in there about GLA. And then some other things you can do in addition. Obviously, you can't just eat, chocolate donuts and expect GLA to take care of everything. You got to eat right. You just got to. I know it's easy to reach for the chocolate, and little tidbit, if you're craving chocolate, that means you're deficient in B vitamins. So pop some B vitamins and watch that chocolate craving go away. You'd be surprised. In about 30 minutes, it goes away. But when you're hitting those cravings and you're wanting to eat all the salty food or the sweet food, at least make a pact with yourself. So, okay, I'm going to have that chocolate cookie, but I'm going to eat some strawberries first. Or I'm going to eat, some vegetables first. And then if I still want that chocolate cookie 20 minutes from now, all right, that's fine. Go eat the chocolate cookie. All right, but you don't need to eat, all of them. You just need to eat the one. And you'd be surprised after you eat the fruit and veggies for a while that you're like, you know what? I really don't want the cookie now. Or maybe I only want one instead of 12. So come up with some creative ideas like that. And of course, exercise. I know, Shelly, yeah, chocolate versus B complex. It's like, or can I have both, right? No, the B complex really truly is when you are craving chocolate, you are deficient in B vitamins. And of course, when you're under stress, like during PMS, B vitamins get used up really quick because they're water soluble. And when the body's stressed, it uses them. you want to really replenish your B complex. And remember, don't take B vitamins by themselves. They work together as a family. I've talked about this till, you know, I've burned it into your brains by now. But back to eating right. I know it's not fun, but do it. Get up, get your butt up, take your butt out for a walk on a pretty day, go take it for a bike ride, whatever. Get moving. That'll help with your mood. You'd be surprised when you want to hurt someone. If you get up and go for a walk, you know, half hour later, you're less apt to go to jail for hurting someone. So highly recommend exercise. Relaxation. Again, if you're a mom, it's hard to find a quiet place to relax, but hey, that's why they make vent fans in bathrooms. Just make sure your kids are safe, or if somebody's watching them, if they're down for a nap or whatever, or if you just tell them only to bother you if there's blood or fire. Go into the bathroom with a piece of chocolate, a small piece if you need to be, or a glass of wine. Sit against the tub and turn on the vent fan and take those 5 minutes of relaxation time. It really will help you calm down and get yourself back. Because I know with PMS, you feel like this person that's not you. You're like, that's not me. I don't want to act like that. I don't want to talk like that. I don't want to behave that way. But it's like I have no control. When you find the tools that you can use to help regulate those hormones, you will be surprised at, like, you find yourself again. And your husband comes peeking out around the corner from the garage, like, because it's safe to come back. And your kids will act more normal because they have their mom back. It's really worth looking into. All right, so I highly recommend. There's lots of information out there. There's lots of recipes out there. Please get with me and say, hey, I want help with this PMS. Or if you're a guy, as I said at the beginning of this, I stood up for you guys. I stood up for you and said, you guys have to deal with the brunt of it. And a lot of times you don't understand. And to be honest, a lot of the women don't get it either. So there are some things you can do. Again, if you're watching this on replay, type #replay. Let me know if you have any questions. As always, I like to give something away after my Tuesday tips at 10. So in the comments below, I will put a link to our wonderful little lead capture, or not lead capture, Shelly's laughing at me right now. One of these wonderful ebooks that we use that has a lot of information about what maybe your doctor wasn't taught about nutrition. We love doctors, and doctors provide us with the help we need when we're hurt or we're sick, but they don't know anything about nutrition. They just simply don't have the education for it. They don't have the time to study it. That's our job. So I'm going to put a link below that tells you a little bit of how you can take some notes, get some information about how to prevent some of the illnesses and some of the stuff that's going out there. And I highly recommend it. I'm really butchering this. Anyway, I got to get going. Our kid's got a science project thing that I got to go look at, so I got to head out the door, and that's probably where my mind is. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. Check out the links below, and let me know if I can answer any questions. You guys take care. Bye.